The beauty and controversy of anime movie The Wind Rises. The Wind Rises by Hayao Miyazaki is a lot of things. It's one of the old-time greats of Japanese animation final feature-length picture. It's a stunning, Oscar-nominated film that brings pre-war Japan to a life in never-before-seen ways. It's Miyazaki's most overtly adult film, with a slow-burning tragedy replacing the magical realism and endearing characters that have made Studio Ghibli's films so popular with audiences of all ages. It's all the most divisive animated film in recent memory. This is due to the fact that The Wind Rises is a sympathetic biography of a man whose work contributed to Japan's brutal campaign of imperialist aggression during World War II. Jiro Horikoshi designed the Mitsubishi A6M Zero fighter plane, which Japan used in Pearl Harbor and numerous other attacks. The Zero was feared for its unparalleled range and maneuverability, which Horikoshi considered engineering skills bestowed. Despite its violent subject matter, The Wind Rises follow in traditional of Japanese work that eulogize artisanal passion and dedication to one's craft. It could almost have been called Jiro Dreams of Fighter Planes. Jiro is focused on his goal, but not to the point of obliviousness to the changes taking place in the world around him. Jiro bemoans the fact that Japan is behind, that it is 10 or 20 years behind the rest of the world, and that the airplane must still be pulled out into the fields for a test run by oxen. Their planes are made of wood rather than metal. How could they possibly compete with the world's technological behemoths such as America or Germany? There is also political and economic instability, with desperate peasants surging onto passing train and throngs of people traveling to cities in search of jobs. Jiro is sent to Germany as a delegate after earning a position of Mitsubishi to study about their airplane technology and to get recommendations and idea to bring back to Japan. However, the most heartbreakingly beautiful aspect of the film is Jiro's relationship with Naoko, a young woman suffering from tuberculosis. You know their time together is going to be cut short from the moment Naoko's illness is revealed to the audience. But that doesn't stop it from being one of the most beautiful romances I've ever seen. A bittersweet romance between our hopeless dreamer and a tragically optimistic young woman who teaches him what it means to truly live is set against the backdrop of a war and Jiru's quest to single-handedly bring Japan up to speed with the rest of the world's aeronautical advancement. The love story provides a welcome diversion from some of the film's most serious themes, without detracting from the overall message of the film, which is to live life to the fullest. Wind is present in every scene, both figurative and literal. The winds of war as well as the winds of change are already blowing at the start. Jeru is part of Japan's push to catch up with the rest of the world. Wind also represents the breath of life, the breath caught in Naoko's tuberculosis infected lungs, but there is hope as long as breath exists. We are given a portrait of a gentleman thinker and a dreamer in The Wind Rises, a boy obsessed with the inner workings of machines and the way things are put together, a boy who looks around him and realizes that what he fantasized about can become a reality. The same could be said of Hayao Miyazaki, and in some ways, The Wind Rises is his most personal film. That's all. I hope you guys learned something about this movie. And lastly, I want to give a quotation from a line from a poem by Paul Valery. The wind is rising. We must try to live.